Number one, Brandon Walsh. Oh, I'm sorry, Brian Walsh. Brandon, of course, was a wonderful character on 90210.
Yes.
His cousin, Brian Walsh, is an umpire. And I want to make this very clear. They're not cousins?
No, not really.
They're not? Okay. In my fantasy world, they are. Oh, actually, you know what? 90210 was on so long ago. Brian is Brandon's, son.
I was going to say, that's like great uncle or something.
I want to make this very clear so everybody understands. Brian Walsh, home plate umpire from last night's Yankee game, is really bad at his job. Okay? And there are people like that. They're just really bad at their job. Insert joke here about any one of your least favorite WFAN hosts. Maybe I'm the guy. He's bad at his job. He became a full-time MLB umpire like a year and a half ago, I think. He doesn't have a lot of experience, and he sucks. And there's records of him not being good, okay? Last night, he had a very negative impact on the game. Mm-hmm. It may have even impacted the result. But to go on this man's Facebook page and find a picture of him wearing a Red Sox t-shirt and say, see? It's a conspiracy. Do you think this guy worked his entire life to become a major league umpire to pick a rando September game to screw the New York Yankees?
No, of course he didn't.
Thank you.
You know what he did?
What?
He called the ball. It was a ball.
Well, one of them was, but a few of them were bad calls.
Oh, I mean, sure, but the one that got Devin Williams and then ultimately Aaron Boone ejected, it was a ball.
Yeah, but, okay, that's fine, but his accuracy rate last night...
That was terrible.
Yeah, it's awful.
It was terrible.
There's this thing called umpire cards. You can see it on social media where they rate the home plate umpire. It's called umpscorecards.com. It's a great website. And it will tell you the missed calls. He favored the Houston Astros for plus 1.4 runs, which is absurd.
Wow.
His call ball accuracy was 93%. That sounds really good. The MLB average is 97%. He sucked last night. And his badness negatively affected the New York Yankees.
Of course.
I won't deny that.
Of course.
But are we really going to stick on this guy's Facebook page and say he's a Red Sox fan and this is a whole conspiracy?
I mean, even if he is a Red Sox fan, what does that mean? Does that
he doesn't like the Yankees in a portion of his life?
Okay, whatever. But does that mean that he's going to compromise a very good job by openly, I don't know, negatively impacting the Yankees' chances of winning a game, thus keeping their lead on the Boston Red Sox? Does he really think that he would do that?
Anyone who thinks
the reason I can't say that he would, it's because it's so obvious. Like it'd be like robbing a bank and saying, well, no, that wasn't me. That was that other guy. Even though they got you on camera.
Right.
It doesn't make, it literally makes no sense.
Well, and also, you don't work your entire life. I'll use you, Sean. You're a shill. Let's say you worked your entire life to be an NFL general manager. Sounds like a really cool job, right? And you finally get that gig, and it's to replace Howie Roseman. You're the GM of the Philadelphia Eagles. You've worked your entire life. Are you going to purposely screw up the job of your life because of a personal vendetta that you had when you were a child?
Mm-hmm.
No, but...
Well, but what?
If I was having a bad year and I had to choose between two teams that were offering me a trade, I'd probably, in my heart, be a human being and go, you know what? I love those fans over there. Here you go.
Come on.
Oh, look.
Come on.
I don't think that this is the reason they lost, but I think it's a little egregious just to brush it off and go, so what? He was a Red Sox fan.
No, Sean. See, you misinterpreted me. It is a part of why they lost. Like, I will raise my hand and tell you that watching last night's Yankee game, they were incredibly negatively affected by Brian Walsh's horrible calls. I will raise my hand and admit that. And I don't like doing that. I don't like, screaming into a microphone. It's the ref's fault. It's the umpire's fault. But as an IBO, he negatively affected your chances of winning the game last night. And I get the Yankee fan who wants to call up right now or call up today or call up Big Mac or tweet out, Brian Walsh negatively affected us. You're right. My issue is to then create a fake story in your mind that the reason it happened is because he was a Red Sox fan is the height of fandom lunacy.
Right. Maybe he's just bad at his job,
Yes.
as Evan correctly pointed out when he first brought this subject up.
Yes.
Sometimes umpires are bad at their job. There's been a history of this in Major League Baseball. We know this. And sometimes, for whatever reason, they're protected and they stay on until they want to retire. Maybe it's because they think they're going to sue the league. I don't know. But we know that this exists in Major League Baseball. And sometimes, as a team, as a player, you got to understand it and get past it and really be better because of it. That's what it comes down to.
I hear what you're saying, and again, I don't think it's the sole I think he sucks as an umpire. But Tiki, you have said, and I think you're right, rookies suck, college football sucks, more on that in a little bit. I think people suck in general, a lot of times. And I think that we're giving too much of a benefit of a doubt to a human being in his job saying, like, he could put all biases aside. I'm not even saying he even realized in real time. I'm not even saying that's the firm reason, but you know what? There's probably some guys on that Yankee team, or maybe the manager and Aaron Boone, where he's not going to give the benefit of the doubt in his mind. Well, so what? Umpires miss calls all the time.
Seldom right and wrong again, Shono. Do not pin this on Brian Walsh. And by the way, I want to brag. I just used one of Brandon Walsh's great phrases during the whole run of 90210. And I did that in a discussion about his grandson, Brian Walsh. So, yay me. But stop with the fan fiction. There are reasons why the Yankees lost. Bad umpiring are certainly a part of it. But it's not because of their fandom. That's number one. You ready for number two?
Let's hear it.
Luke Weaver. Like, what is going on here? Why are we ignoring the fact that Luke Weaver, who needs to be good, like, if I'm making a list on what the Yankees need, if they're going to go on a deep postseason run, which I think they are capable of doing, I said it yesterday, they're the best team in the American League, Luke Weaver can't fail. He can't be mediocre. And he came in with a one-run lead, and he failed. And that, to me, is the ultimate headline. Now, we'll get to the other stuff, which I know Yankee fans are chomping at the bit to rip, but Luke Weaver failed last night. And it's almost like he's getting a pass because we so dislike the guy who came in after him. But Luke Weaver, if I'm making a list on why the Yankees lost last night, he's atop that list.
I mean, he gets lost in the mix because of where he sits. And we're not going to look at this, I don't know, months from now and say, oh, yeah, Luke Weaver lost that game. You're going to look at it if you literally just look at the box score, and you're going to say, oh, Devin Williams lost a game. Oh, I remember that Devin Williams. He walked in the go-ahead run. And so, like, unfortunately, or I guess fortunately for Luke Weaver, he's going to get lost in the conversation that's happening. But you're right, Evan. Luke Weaver was supposed to, or last year he was, a marvel for the Yankees down the stretch. He was a found star. Now, he wasn't necessarily going to continue to be a star, but he was a found star that carried them to a place that I don't think a lot of people thought the Yankees were going last year. And now we expect the same thing to happen. But maybe he's coming back to his mean a little bit.
Well, that's a big problem. They need Luke Weaver to be really good, because when I look at the state of the Yankee bullpen, I think there are two guys atop the tree of trust, as I've now created. It used to be the circle of trust. There's a tree of trust. And atop it is Luke Weaver and, to a degree, David Bednar. Now, I'm not saying these guys have been perfect. They certainly haven't been. But the other guys are so far from perfect, specifically Camilo Doval, another guy who gets a pass. Like, let's call it like it is. He's been a disaster.
Right. He's not been good.
He has not been good. To the point where, instead of going to Camilo Doval, Aaron Boone made the decision in a tie game after Luke Weaver gave up the lead to go to Devin Williams. And here's number three. Let's get to Devin Williams. He cannot come in to a tie game on the road in the seventh inning against the Astros, or the eighth inning, I should say, against the Astros. Can't happen. Shouldn't be allowed. Devin Williams has proven that this moment is too big for him, that this situation is too big for him. Now, here's the good news about Devin Williams, and I was doing really ample research this morning about this because I wanted to back up my point. Sometimes we have emotions and we just say it. I wanted to back up my emotions with facts, and that is when they use him in low-leverage spots, when they use him where the pressure is not on, he's not bad.
Right, that's your gut, and it actually is true.
It is true. So he's not Ryan Helsley, who stinks against everybody. It's the moment. It's the situation. And if I'm Aaron Boone, and I know Mark Leiter Jr. isn't perfect, and I know Camilo Doval, we just talked about, has been a disappointment. I get all that. But you know what I know about those guys? I don't think they're necessarily going to melt because of the moment. Devin Williams does. And then you see Devin Williams getting absolutely squeezed by Brando, and it's like, you know he's going to implode. I know he's going to implode. You know he's going to implode. So to quote Bill Maher, new rules. New rules. Remember that segment? I think he still does it. New rules. Never watched Mar?
No, me neither.
Really?
I mean, I know who he is, obviously, but I'm unfamiliar with his shtick.
Well, I'll tell you this about Bill Maher. One of the rare guys left who just calls it like it is. Like, he's liberal, but he'll rip liberals, he'll rip conservatives. Like, he actually calls it like it is. And I respect that, even if I disagree with him on like 87% of the stuff he says. So he's got a segment called New Rules. New Rules. Devin Williams can't pitch in a tie game on the road in the 8th inning. New rule. Can't happen. Am I right about
No,
this?
of course you're right about that. Basically, it's high leverage. Forget the clarification of on the road in a tie game, whatever it is. If it feels like it's high leverage, Devin Williams shouldn't be in the game, period. That's what it should come down to. And it's unfortunate because that's what he was brought here to do. And for most of his career, he did it very well. And you joked about this at the beginning of the season. Maybe he was shattered by Pete Alonso in last year's playoffs. And he just never has found it. Maybe he's influenced by the pressure of being a New York Yankee, which is real, by the way, right? Especially because of the expectation that is on the Yankees every single year. Every single year. It's unacceptable to be average for a New York Yankee.
No, and
you know that. You hear it. You feel it from the fan base. You probably hear it internally as well. It is unacceptable to be average. And Devin Williams is very average.
He melts in the moment.
Oh, he's worse than average. Of any reliever with 50 or more innings pitched, he has the single worst ERA in baseball, which is hard to do, which is interesting, Evan, because it might be time for you to wear an L on this one.
What am I
time.
wearing an L about?
I mean, you might as well have bought a Devin Williams jersey before the season started, Evan. I have audio proof. I've come with audio proof. Are you ready to hear it?
Are you trying to tell me this is L-worthy, whatever you're about to play?
Very much L-worthy.
Well, the rules of the L is Tiki Barber,
Yes.
Sean, and Tommy. You have to all agree.
Yeah.
And if you all agree that what I said was L-worthy, I have to wear an L.
I'm just not familiar with this.
Okay, and just remember that stat I just gave you. The worst ERA of any reliever with 50 or more innings pitched now after last night. Let's hear it.
Devin Williams is one of the most brilliant relievers in baseball. Those are just the facts. And I tend to believe that that's who he is. And I tend to believe that if you give a guy like that enough opportunities in a big spot,
Yeah, he's
he's going to show you who he is. Jeez.
Has he shown us, Evan?
I may have to walk over and just grab the L before you even announce anything.
Has he shown us on September 4th who he is?
Wow.
He has shown us who he is.
And it's exactly that. It's cringeworthy. It's yell-worthy. It's L-worthy. I wish we could give one to him.
Well, he takes one every time he takes them out. It's true. No, that is definitely L-worthy. I've been wrong about Devin Williams, and so is Brian Cashman. And what Aaron Boone needs to do, and this is the most important thing when you take an L, because L's happen. Like, watch how easy this is. Hey, audience, I was wrong about that. That sounds like December Evan. And December Evan was wrong about Devin Williams.
See, by the way, I didn't come with audio. It wasn't just December, Evan. It was coming out of the All-Star break. Also, you had more. I couldn't have time to dig that up. Where you said, what did I tell you about Devin Williams? He's back.
I do remember that one. All right, so July Evan was wrong, too. Tiki's already given me the L. It's around my neck. I'm wearing it. Now it's time for the Yankees to wear it. Because it's one thing for me to say, hey, I'm wrong, I apologize. I'm not telling you should DFA him. I don't think you have to do that. But you can't use him in situations like that.
Because he's valuable. There are going to be games where the starting pitch, Yankees are up 8, whatever the number is, and the starting pitcher is out for whatever reason. You need Devin Williams. And he can pitch in those situations. He can give you innings.
I'll even be more liberal than that. Like, if I have a 3-run lead and I know I've got Bednar and I got Weaver available in the bullpen, I'll even let him start an inning, see what I can get, and then make the hook before things get bad. But in a tie game where there's no margin for error, he can't pitch in that game.
Can't happen.
Can't happen. Now, here's my fourth gripe, and Sean's going to love me for this. Enough of Volpe.
Thank you.
I mean, seriously. Booney, you gave him the 2 off days. I respected it. You put him back in the lineup. I respected it. He hit in Chicago for a few minutes. I respected it. His at-bats are awful. He's not good.
He's lost.
He's lost.
He's lost. And this is not just he sucks. He's lost mentally. And he doesn't know what he's doing.
Well, and you know what? I'll look at it this way on September 4th. He's no longer the best option to be the everyday shortstop.
Right.
Jose Caballero is. He brings another aspect to this team with his speed, his great versatility, and he's producing more. I mean, just do it, Boone. Because what you pulled a few years ago when you waited till the middle of the playoffs to finally listen to the people when you sat IKF or Oswald Peraza, don't wait till October. Just do it. You've given this kid every opportunity. You tried to sit him. You tried to get him going. You tried to get him started. And look, Sean, I told you this last week. I'm an honest guy. Card's subject to change. Well, the card has changed. He's 0 for his last whatever since Chicago. His at-bats stink. You're worried about him every time defensively. Enough!
That's exactly it. And this is where Aaron Boone, and I get that he's defending his player, is so disingenuous when he defends him. When he points to the offensive struggles, he'll go back and say, but you know what? You know, his glove, this is why we do defense. Whatever the game is, pick the Anthony Volpe bingo. He's either going to go 0 for 3 strikeouts in big spots, or he's getting down to one knee, booting a ball. You cannot trust him. These games are too important. Enough is enough.
Well said. How long do I have to wear the L for Devin Williams?
How about until we start talking football today?
Until we start talking. Oh, great. When we come back.